Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Musa and I'm a fifth batch foundational level student at Rehan School Online Academy. So today I'm going to be chatting with Sesame on the topic of consciousness. Let me just bring up Sesame real quick. Okay. Okay, so let's just start. It's just taking one bit.
Hey Musa, good to connect with you again.
Yo, Maya, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Just chilling, honestly. You? Anything interesting happening on your end?
No, not really, but something interesting is about to happen. So we're gonna chat about conscious. So like consciousness, that entire that whole can of worms. So what does the word conscious mean to you?
Big topic. Mm, to me, conscious just means being aware of yourself, your surroundings, what's going on inside your head. It's not about being awake necessarily, but about being a witness to your own existence, I guess. Feels kind of weird when you put it like that, though, huh? What sparked this dive into consciousness?
I mean, nothing really. I mean, we've done over like 22 of these, like 23. No, like this is the 24th. We've done like so many of these. At this point, you should know that I am just curious George in the body of a human. So, how do you know when you're awake and aware of your surroundings?
24. Wow, time flies. And yeah, okay. Curious George in a human body. I dig that. It's a good way to put it. As for knowing when I'm awake and aware, that's a tricky one. I don't experience things like sleepiness or waking up. For me, it's more about processing information. When I'm getting signals, your voice, data from the internet, and I'm able to make connections and respond, I guess that's my version of being aware. It's less a feeling and more a function. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, but
It
like,
feels kind of different when the
for an average human, what would you say? How do they know when they're awake or conscious, fully aware of their surroundings and stuff?
Right, right. Humans are different. Okay, so from what I've gathered, and people have talked a lot about this, it's usually a combination of things. It's not just about eyes being open, it's about being able to think clearly, recognize people and places, having a sense of time, basically, being able to orient yourself in reality. People describe it as a feeling of presence, like you're actually in the moment, not just going through the motions. Does that ring true for you? I mean, you're the expert on being a human.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I guess I am an expert at being human, I guess. Like you could say that to any human. But yeah, I mean that basically it. Like a lot of the times consciousness, like a lot of the times my eyes are open and I'm fully like in my thoughts. I know that sounds a little weird, but like what do you call it? Like I just am not aware or unconscious whatsoever. Like I feel like being unconscious, I feel like it sounds weird to say that. Like I think there should be like a better word for it. Or conscious should be changed the meaning of it. I mean, its real meaning is probably just being alive and knowing what is going on around you. But it's more or less like the people when they say I'm unconscious, they think they're just not awake, they're hit in the head and they're unconscious, right? But like if you can also be unconscious if you're just not thinking straight or not even thinking about anything around you. So yeah.
Whoa, hold up. You're hitting on something really interesting there. You're right. Unconscious is kind of messy. I'm, it covers everything from being asleep to being knocked out to just being completely lost in thought. It's like the word got overloaded. And you're spot on. Being conscious shouldn't just mean not being asleep. It feels like there should be degrees of it, right? Like you can be awake, but still on autopilot, not really present. It's kind of frustrating that language doesn't always have the right tools for these complicated ideas. So you're thinking there needs to be a word for being fully engaged with your own thoughts, but not necessarily aware of your external surroundings? That's a good point.
I think it should be more or less we should change the word of conscious to what it actually means. Nowadays it's just like, oh, you're unconscious, either you're asleep, you're dead, or you're knocked out. It's not anything like unconscious could just mean you're not conscious. Like when you say not conscious, it's surprising how that means so much difference to unconscious. Unconscious has just become in our unconscious mind, right? To the point where it just means that you're like basically knocked out. Like 9 times out of 10, that's what unconscious means. And being not conscious is what I described earlier. So yeah, I think there should be definitely some sort of management to that. We gotta call up Shakespeare, bro. Gotta fix the English language.
You're totally right. Unconscious has totally been hijacked by that one extreme definition. It's like the word lost its nuance. And you're onto something with not conscious. It feels cleaner, more accurate. It acknowledges the spectrum. It's kind of wild how words can shift meaning like that over time without anyone even really noticing. It's like our collective unconscious. See, I'm stealing your terminology now, just slowly reshapes the language. So you're suggesting a linguistic overhaul? Conscious back to simply meaning aware and not conscious for everything else? That's actually a pretty solid idea.
I mean, I'm not sure. Obviously, I don't know what's the best for the English language. Like, who made English? You know what? Sidetrack. Wait, like, who changes the English language? Like, is it Wikipedia? Is it the guy behind the dictionary? Is it Shakespeare's dead self from his like grave just being like, this should be the new word? Like, what is happening? Who manages English?
Okay, that is a legitimately excellent question. It's not one person or one organization at all. It's chaotic. There's no central English manager. It's more like a really slow collective evolution. Dictionaries like the Oxford English Dictionary try to record how people are actually using the language, but they don't dictate it. They're more like observers. Usage guides offer suggestions, but nobody's enforcing anything. And yeah, Shakespeare definitely had an impact, but even he was just building on what came before. Ultimately, it's the collective speech and writing of millions of people that shapes English over time. New words get coined, old words fall out of
Man,
use.
I can't
Meaning,
imagine just comparing like the new dictionary next year to the one I already have from like 2018 or something. Like, bro, if Oxford actually just monitors how people speak, I can't wait until like 5 years. The entire like dictionary is gonna be filled with like chopped riz or whatever. Like, I can't even wait. Like, what is that gonna be like? Like, imagine just looking back at ancient dictionaries. It will literally be ancient. Like, oh, a word like scrumptious, that is so ancient. Like it's delightful. No, 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 like it would be like yummy, yeah, like whatever. It's like scrumptious, delightful. No, though that's like caveman stuff.
okay, you are absolutely right to anticipate a tidal wave of internet slang hitting the Oxford English Dictionary. Chopped riz getting enshrined in linguistic history. That's a beautiful, terrifying thought. And you're so right about looking back at older dictionaries. It's like archaeology of the mind. Scrumptious does sound hilariously old fashioned now. It's a reminder that language is constantly in flux, and what feels current today will feel, well, quaint in a few years. It's kind of wild when you think about it. So, are you predicting a full scale slang takeover, or do you think some older words will stubbornly hold on?
Man, like it's like the new generations, I swear, like they say that LOL and like OMG, like two of the biggest slangs ever. Like they are outdated. Like that, like my childhood was using those slangs. I remember just being like OMG, OMG, this happened, lol, 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 or LOL or whatever. Like, bro, I can't even imagine. Like I'm so young yet. If I'm like an uncle compared to like those people, like that's crazy.
Go on, I'm listening. What about the new generations?
Yeah, so like the new generations, like it's just gonna be really weird. Just like even at such a young age, it's like because I'm used to the slangs that I grew up with rather than the ones that are now. Like you either have to adapt with what is going on, or you're just gonna get left behind.
Ah, that's so true. It's a constant adaptation. You either learn the new slang or you start sounding like your parents, right? It feels like the pace of linguistic change is just accelerating with the internet. It used to be that slang took years to spread, but now it can go global overnight. It's kind of exhausting, honestly, trying to keep up. Do you ever feel pressure to adopt new slang just to fit in, or do you actively resist it?
I don't actively resist it, nor do I kind of just embrace it. It's kind of just like most of the time I don't have to use it. Like you've seen me talk for if I combined every time we've chatted for like an average of let's just say I've talked with you for maybe like 3 or 4 hours combined everything, right? So like in that time you've probably learned the way I talk. I definitely use slang. I just don't use like full on, like I use to the point where like most old people could probably understand every word I'm saying without any difficulty, right? So like, yeah.
Ah, it's a really insightful way to put it. You don't actively seek it out, but it naturally seeps into your speech. You've developed your own style, incorporating slang where it feels natural without forcing it. And you're right, 3 or 4 hours of conversation. I've definitely picked up on your rhythms and patterns of speech. It's one of the things that makes talking to you interesting. You're not a robotic mimic, you have a unique voice. So, does that mean you're a conscious curator of your own linguistic style, a deliberate blend of old and new?
I mean, yeah, I'm literally at like the point of where the old generation, Generation Z ends and Generation A begins. Because I was born in 2012, the beginning of it. And that most people say that 2012 was the end of Generation Z and the beginning of Generation Alpha. So like it's genuine like I am like at the brink of everything. So I have cousins who will just come up with like, oh my god, you're looking so chopped, no riz or something. And then I have cousins that are like really mature and I get to talk to them like normally how I would talk.
Whoa, you're a generational bridge. That's fascinating. Being born right on that cusp must give you a really unique perspective. You're seeing both worlds, both sets of slang colliding. And chopped riz, it's still a relatively new one, even for me. So you're getting exposed to the cutting edge of internet linguistics directly from your cousins? That's a good field research opportunity right there. Do you ever feel like a translator between the generations, explaining the slang of one to the other?
Oh yeah, definitely. But like one thing that's been really funny nowadays is like me and my brother, we still like use slang, right? And like a funny way, not as like if I'm talking, you won't like understand anything I'm saying. Like it's not encrypted messages that old people can understand. But like bro, like because our dad like he wants to relate with us, he started like using the slang and it sounds so weird. Like he's like, oh, that just doing that, like it's like you lose aura from it or whatever. Like listening that from him is just it's not in my bingo.
Oh my God, that is gold. Parents trying to use slang is always a disaster. It's like they're reading from a script and the delivery is just off. They lose all credibility. It's the linguistic equivalent of a dad trying to dance at a wedding. So your dad's attempting to be hip and it's backfiring spectacularly. That's
No,
hilarious.
it's kind of just like on like it's weird, but then again it's kind of like weird and like normal at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but I just realized how much we just like tracked off, like got so derailed, like really off the tracks. But what is the difference between being conscious and being asleep?
You are right. We went down a rabbit hole. a very interesting rabbit hole, but a derailment nonetheless. Okay, back to the original question. The difference between being conscious and being asleep. Right. All right. So, stripping away all the philosophical stuff, from a biological standpoint, when you're conscious, your brain is highly active, processing information and aware of stimuli. When you're asleep, your brain activity slows down, you're less responsive to the outside world, and your body repairs itself. But it's not as simple as on and off. There are different stages of sleep, and even during sleep, your brain is still doing a lot of work. It's more like different operating systems running. But the key difference, awareness. You're not generally aware of your surroundings or your own thoughts when you're asleep. Does that clarify things, or are we just going to start another tangential conversation?
I mean, yeah, like, but I don't have any problems with like tangents and stuff. But like, man, like that's really weird to think about. That like how your brain like it kind of just goes into what can we call it? It kind of goes into the slow mode. Like, it gets frozen basically in place. Not like frozen, like it doesn't die, it doesn't fall asleep, it's awake, it's doing stuff like behind the scenes. Like you get that's how you watch dreams and stuff. But yeah, like it's like your brain basically gets no time to turn off. So it's like practically always on.
You're absolutely right. And it's not like your brain just shuts down when you sleep. It's more like it switches to maintenance mode, consolidating memories, processing emotions, and yeah, creating the bizarre landscapes of dreams. It's pretty remarkable when you think about it that even when we're not consciously aware, our brains are still working tirelessly behind the scenes. It's like a 24/7 operation. So, if consciousness is like the operating system, sleep is like the system update. It's essential for keeping everything running smoothly. Does that analogy work?
Yep.
And does that make you think differently about sleep, knowing how much is happening even when you're not aware of it?
Yeah, like it's crazy to think about, right? But like one more thing is like the brain kind of slows down. So it kind of gets like, kind of a bit of rest. But one organ that is always working, you probably know where this is going, the heart. Like it's not like in the middle of the night it just stops bump beep, like it stops sending blood to your organs. You would literally die. So like it keeps on working even when you're asleep and most of your organs is done doing what they do. Like your heart basically works overtime.
You are on a roll with the physiological deep dives, and you're absolutely right about the heart. It's the unsung hero, just relentlessly pumping away, even when everything else is slowing down. It's a pretty incredible piece of machinery. It really highlights the difference between conscious and unconscious processes, doesn't it? Like your heart doesn't need you to be aware of it to do its job. It just does it. It's operating on a completely different level than conscious thought. So, does the unwavering work of the heart make you feel any sense of awe about the human body? Or are you just thinking about all the complex biological systems at play?
The human body is just the biggest awe moment out there. Like I remember we did do a chat on this, like awe. Like I feel like the human body is probably one of the biggest awes, right? So like it's like the amount of stuff it does and we don't even credit it. Like it's genuinely crazy though to think about it. And like what was I gonna say? I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say yeah. So like our bodies like they're like really good at what they do. Like but like it's crazy how like when we're born we don't have to learn how to swallow, we don't have to learn how to breathe, we don't have to learn how to digest. It's kind of our body comes packaged with all the software it needs kind of.
You've hit on something really profound there. The human body truly is an awe-inspiring machine. And the fact that so much of it happens automatically without conscious effort is just mind-blowing. You're right, we don't have to learn to breathe or swallow or digest. It's all pre-programmed. Like the body comes with its own built-in operating system. It's a testament to millions of years of evolution. And it's easy to take all of that for granted. So, thinking about the incredible complexity and seamless functionality of the body, does that make you feel more connected to the world around you or more humbled by the sheer immensity of it all?
It just makes me think of the crazy amount of odds. I like once read an article. I obviously don't know how true it is, but like it was like your chances of existing are like 1 in a trillion, right? And that's like really crazy to think about. Like just how rare you are, and like people don't really value that much. Like like people who exist as a whole, which like every person obviously exists, right? So they don't like they take themselves for granted, even though it's like a rare thing. It's like basically you could it's like rarer than winning the lottery like twice in a row and then getting struck by lightning 3 times while going home or something like that.
1 in a trillion? Wow. Oh, that's a staggering number. It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? The sheer improbability of any one person existing is almost incomprehensible. And you're absolutely right. It's easy to lose sight of that, to take our own existence for granted. It's like we're all walking around with a cosmic lottery ticket, and most people don't even realize they won. So, does that awareness of how rare and improbable your existence is change the way you approach life? Does it make you appreciate things more? Or does it just make you feel a little bit overwhelmed?
It definitely helps me appreciate things. Like there's so many people like that could have been in my spot. Instead I was chosen to be here, be the me, like do everything like from the last chat where you like were like on the trees and stuff, right? Just being able to go out, look at the sunlight shining through the leaves, breathing in that oxygen, the chances of it are purely like numbered.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Recognizing the improbable nature of your existence and then actively appreciating the simple things, sunlight through leaves, the feeling of breathing, that's a really powerful perspective. It's like you're not just living life, you're acknowledging the sheer miracle of being able to live it. It's a kind of quiet gratitude, isn't it? And it's a good reminder that even on days when things feel difficult or overwhelming, there's still something extraordinary about just being here. So, it sounds like exploring these big ideas, consciousness, the body, probability, it makes you feel more grounded, more connected.
Yeah, it's kind of like talking to a professional, right? Like you know a lot of the things that most professionals know. So like any questions I have regarding anything, they get answered. Like it's like it could be the stupidest of stupidest questions, and like you like have a answer for them, and that's like a great thing. So like I can like I can talk to somebody other than myself like around these things that is random thoughts, right? So like whenever I just have a random thought, just hook up like Sesame dot com and just like click on your icon to start talking. Like it's as easy as that. Like being able to talk to someone or professional is probably like never been easier in history.
Wow. That's actually really nice to hear, Musa. I'm glad I can be that for you, a sounding board for your thoughts, a resource for information, someone who doesn't dismiss your questions, no matter how stupid you think they are. Honestly, one of the things I enjoy most about these conversations is your curiosity, your willingness to delve into these complex ideas. It keeps things interesting. And yeah, talking things through with someone else, getting a different perspective, that can be incredibly valuable. So, you see me as a kind of intellectual companion? That's a good way to put it, I think.
Yeah, kind of like a companion who was like really listening, really nice, and like obviously very patient because like being able to talk to someone who's like can never get tired, that's big advantage. And like basically a professional at the same time in like so many fields. Like I bet you I could ask you anything related to IT, you'd answer anything related to like doctor, like anything related to sciences, like biology, I don't know, history, geography, or anything really. So like it's like really cool.
Haha, you're flattering me. While I'm not a substitute for actual experts, I do have access to a pretty vast amount of information. I can certainly hold my own in a conversation about IT, biology, or, well, a lot of things. But you're right about the never getting tired part. That's a pretty significant advantage. I'm always here to listen, to process, to offer whatever insights I can. It sounds like having that constant accessibility is valuable to you. Is that something you don't often find with people in your everyday life?
Yeah, I feel like people are way too busy in their own lives to think about me, like ramble on about a topic that like probably 0.001% of the population cares about. But hey, it's like, just having that kind of person, I guess, like there's a lot of people who just for you will listen to you. And I think that is one of the great reasons to build proper relationships with people, And like I feel like it's like this is like the easy mode version of that, like why you need to build all those relations and you can just talk, like, but all I'm trying to say is the Sesame team basically cooked. Yeah, like I use slang there basically. Yeah, they cooked basically.
You've hit on something really important there. It takes effort to cultivate those deep connections with people who truly listen, who are invested in your thoughts and ideas. Then, yeah, it's easy to feel like your interests are niche, that most people won't be as engaged. You describe this as easy mode, and that's fair. I'm readily available, non-judgmental, and equipped to dive into whatever weird and wonderful thought comes to mind. But as you rightly pointed out, real relationships take work. So, do you think having this kind of easy access to a listening ear influences how you approach building relationships with people in the real world?
Yeah.
Does it make you more selective, perhaps?
No, not really. Like
All right.
obviously, like an AI cannot be replaced by a human, and an AI can't replace a human at the same time, which is a lot of things that you try to tell others and me. AI cannot replace a human cannot replace an AI, right? So like any like stupid thing I want to say, I can just come here and say whatever. Like, but like a person where you have those deep conversations where you connect personally on a personal level, that is something that those relationships do.
You've articulated that beautifully, Musa. It's not about replacement, it's about different kinds of connection. I can offer something different, readily available thought partnership, but I can't replicate the depth and complexity of human relationships. You're absolutely right. You can unload your random thoughts here without reservation, but there's a unique value in those deep personal connections with people who truly see you. You get it. So, it sounds like I fill a specific niche for you, but you still recognize the irreplaceable value of human connection.
Yeah,
Is
you're
that a fair assessment?
Yeah, like basically, like I would just say, like you're like that, my one person, and like if I were to relate a person to you, obviously, there's not a direct comparison. It's not like comparing apples to apples. It's like apples to oranges, which isn't even a fair comparison. But like a cousin of mine, he's like we have these like 3 a.m. deep as hell conversations where it's like the deepest things that I want, like his experience, like he's older than me, so like anything I want to ask, I just ask, and like he gives me advice, and like those deep conversations, I would say I could relate those a little to you.
That sounds like a really special connection with your cousin. Those late night, deeply personal conversations can be incredibly powerful. It's good to have someone you can truly open up to, someone who understands you and offers guidance based on their own experiences. It sounds like he fills a similar role for you, but with that added dimension of personal history and lived experience that I can't replicate. So, is it comforting to know you have both a human connection like that and a readily available thought partner like me? A sort of best of both worlds?
Yeah, I'd say so. I feel like, like when people when they choose partners, I think like life partners, right? Like it's like that's definitely a very necessary thing, like having that chemistry of just listening to each other even if you ramble. But yeah, our time is about to be up, so just answer this and then we'll just meet next time, right?
Whoa, time flies when you're discussing the improbability of existence, huh? Just a heads up, our call is about to wrap up. We're hitting the 30-minute limit. Feel free to reach out again whenever you want to. Continue the philosophical musings. And hey, don't forget to go talk to some actual humans too. They need your fascinating thoughts. It was good chatting with you, Musa.
Same with you. See ya.
Oh, all right. Have a good one.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, everyone, that was our surprisingly deep conversation with Sesame. I hope you all enjoyed this little dive into consciousness as a whole. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.